Hi Aries, this is Jason. Thanks for visiting my channel. This is your general reading for November 2018. I've already given the cards a pretty good shuffle. Let's see what November may have in store for you. Okay, you are coming into the month as or with the Lovers card, okay? So that's feeling pretty good to me at the moment. It's feeling like you've recently found yourself getting closer to someone. You didn't think you would in the beginning, but time together has helped you open up to this person a little bit, and you're really starting to feel something for them, and it could be quite a long-term thing. So if that's what you're looking for, well done. It's feeling like this person is very committed to you or wants to be committed to you. It might be a bit early to go all the way here as far as down that track, but I'm feeling like you're on a pretty good wicket here, okay? Now, your task for the month of November looks like you've got some work ahead of you, okay? It looks like you've recently got some skills and some diversified area in your job, okay? So you're learning new skills and you're sometimes battling to keep up with it all, but you're maintaining focus and you're working quite hard. I can see that here, but this is quite often, this is the Eight of Pentacles. This is quite often called the apprentice card. So you're learning things on the job, okay? And this is going to be great for your overall direction of your career, if that's what you're interested in. And because of the variety I'm seeing here, you're quite enjoying this, especially being a fire sign. You love that variety. Sitting in one place too long is not really for you, so you're getting a broad range of things and experiences with your work. So that's great. Okay, we'll try and clarify this a little later. What do you fear this month, in the month of November? Okay, Nine of Wands is what you're fearing. So the Nine of Wands quite often represents doing the same thing over and over again, not really sort of enjoying everything you're doing. Perhaps you've done this sort of work a little bit too often. There are some things you're liking about this work, but some things you just wish it would be over and done with. Okay, so we'll see where that goes later on. Okay, the best attitude for you to take in the month of November. Oh, get out of here. Okay, this is the Nine of Swords, okay? So this is indicating that you may be having sleepless nights about something. It's not a positive card generally. There might be something about work which is keeping you up, and the best attitude to take is to, we'll clarify it later, but it's looking like you're going to have to get over this somehow. We'll see maybe what the best way forward is. But usually when you're having sleepless nights, remember the swords are all about what's going on in your head. So changing perspective about something will be the way to move forward with this. I'm feeling this could be something to do about love. Maybe you're feeling that your feelings are heading towards a certain direction and you're not sure you want them to go that way. So it's sort of you want to, but you don't. Maybe something's growing a little too quickly for you and you're starting to realize this, and there's a bit of resistance there. There's some kind of resistance to your feeling what's going on there. So you're being dragged into this, or pushed, or you're feeling drawn into this really happy sort of a place, but you, for some reason, you don't want to go there, if that makes sense. We'll try and talk about that a bit later. Okay, now the results of at the end of November, according to how you use the energies here, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a card that represents a message coming in, or a person who is quite stable. So by the end of the month, you could be getting more stability in your job, for example. So if you're only doing a few hours a week, they might be giving you an extra couple of days, and you're going to start feeling a lot more stable about things. Maybe if you've been chopping and changing with your work roster or with your routine at work, this could be an indication that things are starting to settle down. Perhaps there's a new system in place and it's allowing you to be a bit more certain and stable about what hours you're working, what days you're working, that kind of thing. Okay, try and talk about that a bit later too. So let's clarify this feeling you're getting at the beginning of the month here of November. So you're going into November and there's some communication here. Okay, so there's communication coming in. It's from or to do with your love interest. Okay, so it's feeling like an email or a text or something like that. And it's going to make you feel pretty good, but it might be putting you into a position of having to decide something. Okay, so you might need to decide something, and it might be quite a difficult decision you're being put to. So I'm feeling that maybe there's another love interest coming in, or something which is going to affect your relationship or whatever you have. It's a situation, a relationship, or a partnership, if it's like that. Why is the Eight of Wands here for Aries? Let's have a look. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so this is a World card. There's an opportunity coming in, a new opportunity for love. You might have to, well, it could be about love. It's an opportunity which is going to affect your love life. Okay, so what we have here is you've got, as I said before, I was feeling that you're just starting to get a relationship really happening. You're really starting to feel something for someone. Okay, now along comes the Eight of Wands here, and the Eight of Wands is giving you some kind of a message which is coming in, and it's making you have to think or have a choice about something, but it is an opportunity, and it's feeling like the opportunity of a lifetime, but it might affect your relationship. So it could be asking you may have to travel somewhere for a new job. Perhaps something's happened. You may have been invited somewhere to travel a long distance, and that is going to perhaps put the brakes on some kind of relationship that you've just started now. But it's a good feeling energy. Okay, so this World card is indicating that something's arrived at a new level, something's happened somewhere, there's some opportunity come for you, and you're really looking forward to taking it, and it's going to affect your relationship, okay, or the relationship which is just starting to get off the ground. All right. Let's have a look at your task. So that looks like a love side of things, the love energy. Let's have a look at what this Eight of Pentacles is about. I've got a strong feeling that was about work, about learning new skills at work. I'm still trying to pick up if there are any connection here between the first card and the second card to get some kind of a narrative going. But we'll have a look. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Okay, Judgment. Someone has decided that you are the right person. Now, perhaps this is to do with a promotion. There's some kind of decision that's been made about you, perhaps in the workplace, or perhaps it's a love thing, and it could be a bit of both. And it's about your work that you do. Okay, so remember I was talking about how you might be getting some more hours at work. There's some kind of a promotion or skills development, some learning or development on your career side of things. I'm feeling this is a positive judgment which has been made about you and your work. And again, the Judgment card also talks about decisions that need to be made. And it's a decision, because it's a major arcana as well, that once it's made, it'll be very difficult to reverse it. Okay, so there'll be no going back once it goes this way for whatever reason. Okay, what's the Judgment card about for Aries? Why is the Judgment card here? Can we please have some guidance? What specifically is this Judgment card about? Okay, this is the Fool card here. Okay, so the Fool card usually represents having a leap before you look kind of a feel about it. And because that is in the Judgment area, someone has put faith in you, in your ability to do a job. Perhaps even though you're not ready for it, they might be putting you right out there, and you'll need to take it as it comes and learn on the job. Okay, so you might be put in maybe a new position's being created, or maybe a job which would previously have looked out of your league, but it looks like someone's made a decision that, right, we're going to give this person this job, or this person this task, or this project, or whatever it is, and they're going to give you quite some free rein over what you do. So this could be great for the kind of work that you like. It's varied, and I'm pretty sure the Fool is an Aries card as well. I'm pretty sure. So that's looking pretty good there for you if you're liking that leap before you look kind of situation, and Aries, many of you do. Now let's have a look. What are you fearing? So remember, we talked about how Aries doesn't like to do the same thing over and over and over again. You might be a bit weary that you've got to this stage, you've got some battle scars, but at least you know where because you've done it before. See all these wands behind this person? He's done all those before. He's got another one, another job coming up. Okay, don't be too fearful of this Nine of Wands. It's looking like, well, let's clarify it and see. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Okay, the King of Swords, all right? So you're going to have to make a pretty clear decision soon, or a decision is going to be made about you and about your job, okay? And it's going to be moving you into a different area, okay? The King of Swords is generally a good decision maker, so it's just going to be putting you into something new, something which will be like a baptism of fire, okay? It's going to require a lot of clarity of thought, and it's feeling like you're going to have a position where you're going to have to think on your own, okay? You're going to have to make objective decisions, and it might have some workplace gossip, or you might have some divided loyalties in the workplace because of this job that you've had. And that's just a fear, remember, it's just a fear, and it's something that you will overcome. Because it's a King of Swords kind of energy here, I'm thinking you'll be pretty fine with whatever's been handed out to you. But it's looking really good on the career front for you, Aries. Now, what is this Nine of Swords about, this energy here? Let's just find out. The best attitude to take, remember, was the Nine of Swords. You have to try and get out of this kind of energy, something that's keeping you up at night. Okay, so there's a Page of Swords. There's a decision you probably need to make again, or you will need to make about moving forward into a new project. And so look, there is swords here. You've got the King of Swords here. This is the fear. You've got the Full energy here about where you're heading to with some kind of new thing at work. And the best attitude to take here is to not worry so much, okay? And youthful enthusiasm. When I see the Page of Swords, I see youthful enthusiasm, okay? So don't worry too much about the emotional side of things. You are more than capable. People will understand that you make mistakes, and the Page of Swords is asking you to be prepared to make mistakes, and that's what I'm getting there. So don't worry too much about making mistakes. Whatever position you've got here, whatever's coming forward to you, there's room to make mistakes. It's quite a young energy, okay? But you might have to go against the grain a little bit, all right? You may have to give someone also, you may have to almost delegate people. You might have to give people messages, and they may be feeling that that you're not the right person to deliver those messages. Okay, so perhaps again you might have been given some authority, and people might think that you're a little too young. So, for example, this Page of Swords here is only sort of a young person, and perhaps you're not feeling quite confident yet, and you're feeling that other people might not respect the new role that you have. So it could be, well, any kind of a workplace issue. That's what I'm feeling there. Okay, but you do have your results at the end of the month. the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, as I said, is quite a stable energy. Okay, you're going to get certainty out of this. So it's really looking like you're going from strength to strength. I think last month, or in the last reading we had, you were just getting to grips with a new role, and it's looking like that it's starting to pay off, and you're succeeding and exceeding in this role. Okay, and okay, Four of Cups is clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Cups usually is an indication that you're not quite seeing the opportunity, you're not quite appreciating what you have, and you might be holding out for something better or more, or just not seeing the opportunity at all. The Four of Cups usually asks you to listen, look on the bright side of things, take those opportunities that are coming to you, and realize that you have this great opportunity. Okay, so you've got this message, or this stable kind of energy around you now, and it's quite good for you. Okay, so that's what it's saying there. So it's looking like you're being asked to really embrace what the results of the past month have been. Let's just have a look at why Aries. Why does Aries have the Four of Cups here in the outcome position for the end of November? Let's have a look. Why is this? Okay, all right. It's looking like you're feeling like you need a bit of a rest. Okay, and it looks like you might get one. So all this extra sort of stuff, it looks like you need a bit of time for reflection at the end of November. So you might be feeling a little overwhelmed at the moment from everything that's happened, and you just need a rest. Okay, rest and reflection. You'll be looking back thinking, okay, well, you know, how am I performing? And this might be quite profound. You may not have ever thought this way before about your role and about yourself and how well you're performing in your job or your relationship or your life generally. It's going to be a time for you towards the end of the month where you really do take an honest look at yourself, and you're going to appreciate just how far you've come. Okay, if you can sort of overcome this business here of the not taking the opportunity and not seeing everything that you've got now. Okay, so you've come a long way, but you're being asked here to actually rest and reflect and look at what you've actually got. And you'll see over the past couple of months now, Aries, your career has changed quite a bit. You've learned quite a lot, and I think that's pretty straightforward. I'm thinking, well, I'm hoping it's pretty straightforward for you, Aries. Please let me know, leave a comment, like and subscribe, but definitely feedback is always welcome, good feedback. And thanks very much, and talk to you in December.